When my girlfriend was at her lowest, I broke up with her. Years later, after she found success and fame, she used every means possible to marry me. Part 3. Ryan followed me into the office and overheard me asking about the doll. He smiled smugly. A few days ago, I cut my hand, he said. Claire was so upset, she said she couldn't bear to see me hurt, so she gave me that doll for good luck. She said it reminded her of me, clumsy but lovable. He chuckled, then added, but come on, Isaac, do you think I look anything like that ugly little thing? I mean, look at me, I'm way better looking. My fists clenched tightly as I turned to Claire, my voice shaking with anger. What gives you the right to give my things away? That was something my mom got for me. What makes you think you can just hand it off to someone else? Claire smiled coolly, clearly trying to provoke me. Oh, that doll was yours, my bad, I thought it was just some worthless trinket. Before she could finish, I grabbed her by the throat. She didn't flinch, she just stared back at me calmly. Ryan shoved me away, pointing an accusatory finger at my face. What's wrong with you? He shouted. You're insane, all this over some stupid doll. He stormed out, only to return moments later, holding the doll in his hand. He threw it at me, his face twisted in anger. Take your stupid doll, he yelled. I don't want it, it's just some cheap piece of junk anyway. Who cares if it breaks? The doll hit the ground and shattered into pieces. I stared at the fragments scattered across the floor, at the tiny shards with my name and birthdate written on them. It felt like looking at my own life, broken beyond repair. For a moment, I thought, this is it, I really am going to die. But I didn't want to die. Not yet. Not before I visited my mom. Was terrified that she'd be waiting for me and I wouldn't show up. A buzzing sound filled my head, and before I knew it, I'd swung my fist at Ryan. That was my mom's. I cared about her. Tears blurred my vision as I grabbed at him, but Claire stepped between us, blocking me. I stared at her through tear-filled eyes, laughing bitterly through the sobs. You know I'm dying, I said, and you're still doing this, Ma. Really love me? She raised a hand and gently wiped away my tears. Her voice was soft, but her words cut deep. First it's cake, now you're pretending to be dying. Isaac, do you think this is funny? You can cry all you want, but I'm not falling for it again. Before she could finish, a drop of blood fell from my nose onto her hand. More blood followed, dripping steadily. This time, it was worse than ever. My legs gave out beneath me, and I collapsed to the floor, pain radiating through my entire body. Claire dropped to her knees beside me, her arms wrapping tightly around me as she yelled, "Call an ambulance." Her voice was frantic, desperate, but all she could do was watch as the blood kept flowing, staining her white blouse a deep, vivid red. I was unconscious, but I could hear Claire crying, over and over. She kept pleading. Why won't the bleeding stop? Please, stop the bleeding. Isaac, I'm begging you, don't scare me like this. The sharp smell of disinfectant filled the air. I could hear a doctor speaking to Claire. He could have made it to spring next year, maybe even longer, but he said he didn't have the money and refused further treatment. Now, his condition is beyond control. There's no point in continuing. Claire's voice wavered as she interrupted. So what you're saying is, my husband is dying. Her tone suddenly rose, filled with anger and disbelief. Yesterday, he was fine, how can he be dying now? Before the doctor could respond, she snapped, her voice shaking with fury. I want my husband to live. If you can save him, then save him. That day, Claire nearly destroyed the entire hospital room. She called every specialist she could find, insisting that no matter the cost, she would keep me alive. But terminal illnesses don't care about money. Claire, stubborn and desperate, refused to listen to anyone. She was determined to discharge me and take me overseas for treatment. She had the money, the connections, no one at the hospital dared stop her. Not until my